Let's take a look at our Cleveland Clinic game summary brought to you by our friends at Cleveland Clinic. Kent State has pilfered the basketball 16 times the most by any squad in the MAC game this year. And without starting Justin Green, Randall Holt, Michael Perini, absurdly, that's normally like Akron does off their bench every night. There you see the story. But in the second half, though, Steve Mix, Kent State has turned it over 9 times in 20 possessions, and they've gone 4.5 minutes without a hoop.
Yep. Let's go back and take a look on that last charge. I don't know. That's a bang play there. That's one of those tough calls there.
Yep.
That could have gone either way.
All right, so the lead is 10 as we're going to hit the 7-minute mark on this Kent State trip to the offensive end. They're coming down the home stretch as well, about 12 miles from here, Rhodes Arena, on the campus of the University of Akron with Buffalo. Making things tough for the Zips. Perini will step into a three that's too firm. Ohio gave that to Michael Perini. He could not stick it. Cooper to turn the corner. Walter Offutt missed everything. And that's going to be a hold that's going to go on Kent State's Justin Green.
Nope.
As the Ohio bench was able to buy that.
Guyton was on the baseline.
They got him on the baseline?
Yep.
I'm going to recall that foul on Green for a minute. Get a good look at John Gross.
Ball comes off, bounce around. There's.
See what I mean? Well, I thought maybe there's a lot of jostling there. Baltic trying to find it tonight, and Ivo Baltic will connect on that jumper. It's been a tough go for Ivo. This is an 8-0 Ohio run. Baltic's got his first deuce of the night.
That he does. He was 0 for 6 prior to that shot.
Leads down to 8. Kent State, how do they respond? Randall Holt off the mark on the triple try. Michael Perini with a big offensive bound for the Flashes.
Pulling down his 3rd offensive rebound of the evening.
6 boards overall. Carlton Guyton had it raked away. See, this is Ohio defense now. That's what I told you about 3 minutes ago. Do not go away. They've got the capabilities to shut a club down for 5-6 minutes.
They do that.
Get right back into it.
Both of these teams. We saw the first half that Kent State has that ability. We also said Kent State has to focus for 40 minutes. They kind of lost their focus a little bit here in the last 5-6 minutes.
Baltic will put it on the deck. Shot clock a concern now. It's at 5 for Cooper. B.J. Cooper had to cast that off from nearby Hudson, Ohio, with the shot clock running down. It was that deep. The lead remains at 8. Kent State has gone 7 minutes without a point.
Wow. And they're still up by 8. So that tells you what their defense is doing as well.
They led it by 16 when the drought began. This is Carlton Guyton. Guyton off the step. Probably should have been a kick basketball.
Yeah.
But with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, it's Kent State's basketball. But think about it, that might have cost them a full 3 seconds by not having the kick call.
Went right off the leg that time of Smith.
Carlton Guyton just barely drew some rim. But they
the ball hit the rim. Wow. Inadvertent whistle, but the ball hit the rim. Then Kent State stopped. Wow. Now, it should be Ohio ball, but
clearly hitting the rim there as you see that downward plane.
Exactly.
And now they'll, rightfully so, Ohio gets the basketball.
It's
however,
the right call.
But there should not have been a whistle there.
Well, the inadvertent whistle caused the Kent State players to stop. It's got to be Ohio ball, no question about it, but the inadvertent whistle.
The lead is 8. Hang on now. We're inside the 5-minute mark. Michael Regis, Steve Mix with you here on Sports Time Ohio, 2 of the heavyweights in the MAC East. Right now, the 2 and 4 seeds. Offutt had it raked away, and now Offutt just got hit with a foul as he came back and put a pretty good shot on Chris Evans.
Yep.
It's getting a little bit chippy here. The Ohio bench definitely wanted a foul right there.
No question. There's a reach in.
Off it, as we said, with that healthy hit on Chris Evans.
Wham! Evans reached in to start with. You know, that's why offense, once again, where'd the ball go? Ball went straight up in the air, right? So that means you had the arm or the wrist or something.
Well, here's Chris Evans at the free throw line. Evans had a nice night for the floor this evening, as that was a team foul number 7. So now it's 1 in bonus time for Kent State the rest of the way in. And TJ Hall has returned. Hall with the 8 points on the night off of John Gross's bench. Evans will deposit a pair, and the lead is back to double digits at 10 again. DJ Cooper along with Walter Offutt, Nick Kellogg, TJ Hall, Ivo Baltic, the best offensive unit that Gross could put on the floor. Cooper off the step. Cooper got to the hole, +1 coming at the line on the Justin Green reach in.
Watch Coop, little fake right there, a little hop step. The and one opportunity, a little bump by Green.
DJ Cooper now with 19 and looking for 20 on the night. Well, Cooper has, he's been the guy that's fueled this Ohio surge, 2 of them. They cut a 60-point deficit to 9, and now they've got a 14-point deficit back to 7 in 2 different runs here in the second half.
Somehow Kent State has to figure out a way to get about 10 or 12 more points, because OU's defense has been pretty sticky here in this second half.
Now here's that pressure from Walter Offutt. Perini will cross that timeline. Justin Green had that pass slide between his hands. Turnover Kent State. Numbers for Cooper. Kent State back in transition, and John Gross wants a timeout as Ohio could cut this deficit down to 5, maybe to 4 on this trip. Ohio basketball at the offensive end, and this is why John Gross's ball club has been able to put together so far this 4-game winning streak, Steve Mix, that has really been fueled. And I know they've put 81 points per game on the board during the course of this win streak, Michael Regai and Steve Mix. But that having been said, make no mistake, it's still all about the defensive effort and the way that they could dial up the heat that has really got them playing this type of basketball.
Well, both coaches know, and everybody sitting there watching tonight's ball game knows that defense wins championships. And that's exactly what you saw the first half by Kent State. That's what you're seeing now the last 8 minutes by Ohio University. Both teams playing some outstanding defense coming down the stretch. As I said, Kent State has to figure out a way to get 10 or 12 more points. If they can't, I don't think they can win it.
Now we're going to find out. The lead is 7. DJ Cooper, Walter Offutt, Nick Kellogg, TJ Hall, Ivo Baltic. Kellogg will find Hall on that baseline. Well, Hall under duress left it short, and Michael Perini will board. Perini on the night. That is his 8th rebound of the night, and he's got 3 of them on the offensive end.
That shot by Hall, he made that a lot harder than it should have been.
Here, John Gross encouraging his ball club defensively. This is Carlton Guyton now as Green will set that side screen. Justin Green wants it on Baltic. Green's going to go to the free throw line as they got Green down on that left block and wanted him to go to work.
Went back to that pick and roll, didn't he, on the left side?
All right, DJ Cooper with that last hoop on the offensive end for Ohio. The lead is 7. Justin Green at the line for Kent State. Don't go away.